In the last lecture, we learned about JSX. In this lecture, we are going to learn about the expression that we can use inside JSX. Let us remove the code inside the return and write a simple S2 tag with the text hello in it. And if we save it, we can see the output hello in the browser. Suppose we want to output the value of a variable, then we have to use the curly braces, and inside that curly braces we have to write the name of that variable. We have to write the name of the variable inside the curly braces, and now if we save it, we can see the output code to serve. Suppose we want to call a function inside JSX, then we have to simply call that function inside the curly braces. This is an ES6 syntax to write function. We'll learn in depth in the second module. To call this function, we have to simply write the name of this function call. Now, if we save it, we can see the output of this function. This function is returning function, and here we are getting the value function, and this function is displayed in the browser. During the network call, we saw in the browser spinner or the loading message. Suppose there is a variable with the name loading and that value is true, and we want when this value is true, we have to show loading message in the browser. To do so, we have to write a if condition. If loading is true, then we have to return this code. Here we can write loading. If we'll save it, it will execute only this part and it will get returned from this JS. So there is a cleaner way to do this. We can do this using a ternary operator. Here we can write if loading true, then we want to show loading message, else we want to show the value of this function. Now if we save it, then we can see loading in the browser. If we'll make it false and now save it, we can see the output of this function. Suppose there is a value called show and that is initially false, and we want to display an output showing is true or false. To do so, we can use another curly braces over here, and we can use double and %. If show is true, then we have to output true. What does this mean? This means when this will be true, this will be displayed in the browser. This value is always true, so it depends on the value of show. If show is true, then only it will be displayed in the browser. Now if we save it, we see no output in the browser. Now if we make this value of show to true and save it, we can see true in the browser. Let's continue in the next lecture.